Okay, this reading is going to be for what is the nature of your relationship with the person you have in mind. What is the nature of your relationship? And this is from Spirit's point of view. Okay? So what does Spirit see when they look at the relating between you and another person? So this person will be the person that you have in mind. And you can use a different pick for different people. We'll see how that works if you want. Only if you're feeling drawn to it. So your choices are 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are beeswax candles that I rolled. So pick 1 is the red, pick 2 is the green, pick 3 is the purple, pick 4 is the yellow. Okay. And let's get started with pick 1. Okay, pick 1. What is the nature of the relating between you and the person you have in mind? Very intellectual. There's a lot of intelligence and meeting of the minds. It's a very fortunate relationship, a very fortunate pairing, a very beneficial bond where there is maybe like an advisor or a healer or a helper. One person may be in that role, or you may do that for each other. It's a very solid foundation. I could say this could even be between a parent and a child. Or actually someone that you might be parting ways with. And sometimes the result of conscious uncoupling isn't that you part ways, but that you actually address problems in the relationship at their core level of the individual displaying the issue or experiencing the issue. His attention is elsewhere. Okay. So, let's see what else we've got before we... Reconciliation, reunion, and family. Okay, so this is probably a family member. Maybe you're having to give this person space right now before you come back together. And this space may be for the purpose of looking at some of the rooted in issues that may have caused you to pay attention in the relating dynamic. And maybe there were some sharp words or some sharing that was rather insightful that caused one person to want to go into the hermit mode to kind of take a look. But I think this is someone who's been in your life for a while and may always be in your life. Someone very foundational to you in your existence here on Earth. Okay, pick 1. I hope that's helpful to you in some way. And I'm going to move on to pick number 2. So pick number 2, if you chose this green candle, we're looking at what is the relating dynamic between you and the person you have in mind. And this is from Spirit's point of view. From Spirit's point of view. May feel like you're stuck in this situation, like you don't know what you're doing, like you're having to fumble and depend on miracles to handle things, but there is some innocence and trust. Okay, so maybe because it's a bond, like a couple, that maybe you're married, maybe you're great friends, maybe there's just this foundation of trust and love and knowing that you have each other's back kind of thing. But also because of that, there may be some aspects of it that are it's like you feel like you couldn't change that because that's like part of it. It comes with it, so that you may be feeling a little bit trapped in that, but also willing to make it work. This is very interesting. See, it's an illusion of being trapped. So there's some sort of way that one person can be looking at this, which is far less empowering than how it can be looked at. Maybe just changing some things around for a new routine might make a big difference, but being open and honest, going out and doing things together with others, equal give and receive. These are all parts of this relationship, and it's recognizing some financial restraint. So I think that might be where the illusion of being trapped is. It's around finances, and this actually could be rooted in the core of the upbringing of one or the other, and how was abundance viewed by the family and the ancestry, and what are the beliefs around abundance. And I would suggest looking into Christy Marie Sheldon and her work. What she reveals is a lot about the restraints that we can have around our abundance, and she actually offers a free masterclass to really get to understand some of those blocks to abundance. So yeah, that's your reading there. It looks like a very happy, lovely relationship between two people who respect each other and expect the best of each other, and that there's innocence and greatness, and there's a really unbreakable bond, and one person's way of thinking about the finances may be just keeping things a little bit stuck there, but it looks like that can be worked through as well. Okay, so I hope that you find that helpful. Pick number 2. We're going to move on to pick number 3. Pick number 3, we're looking at what is the nature of the relating between you and the person that you have in mind. We're asking Spirit for their perspective. Spirit says this is a solid union, that there may be burdens that are carried silently in this, and that this union is in the process of change, or has been changing all along. But there are solid feelings. So even though there's change, like the feelings never change, no matter what. It's like this is a bond. And in order to cope with these burdens, I think that there are times where there's meditation needed, where there's a getaway needed, there's time in the forest needed to just sort and be with feelings and come into balance. And I think maybe one or both partners or people do this in this relationship so that it can come into balance. There's plans for the future. There's goals we're being worked on together. Yeah. A meeting of hearts. Very nice. Satisfied, a happy family, fed and full. So a lot of fulfillment, victory, achievement, passing exams. Oh, wow. And then you got carrying burdens, responsibility, and debt. So it's like this happy, beautiful relationship, and then we had the responsibility of debt, which was coming up as the burden here. And these may be the debts that parties came into this relationship with, or debts that are incurred because of it. They're just kind of recognizing that though this is happy, there are still burdens. And maybe they would want to bring that to your attention so that you could really rearrange how you hold that story in your mind, right? Because you're actually writing your story. And if you'd like, you can change the story and what you want to talk about when you tell about your burdens. And maybe can you switch to the growth mindset to see the value in them eventually after you honor how you feel about them. Okay? Doesn't say they're bad or wrong or that you're doing anything wrong in handling them. Okay? Just to be clear there. Okay. So I hope that is helpful in some way, pick 3, and we're going to move on to pick 4. Pick 4, we're asking Spirit, what is the nature of your relating with this person that you have in mind? And we're just looking from Spirit's perspective here. So we have discord, dishonor, hollow victory. So it's maybe like something you wanted, but you didn't really know what it was you were getting. There's competition, disagreement, irritation in this relationship. I think it's like maybe passive aggressiveness though, because it seems like people are keeping it decent. It's just that its underlying is not great feelings, and there's like skepticism, and like there's something to uncover, there's more to know, there's illusions, and things aren't clear. It's like no one has trust here. And yeah, there's been a separation. And this separation may actually have brought you closer to yourselves and given you room to dance. Like, and maybe you enjoy dancing together and slow dancing and being together. And maybe you remember that while you're apart. Let's see what else. Yeah, there's definitely this time apart to allow for a new perspective. And look, the results are a big payoff. So there's some benefit to working through whatever it is that's causing this separation and this competition, disagreement, irritation, and discord, and dishonor. Who's being dishonored in this? It's time to move, it says. So it could have to do with the environment you're in. And it says visit mom's house. So isn't that interesting? And what I got from that is not necessarily to go to mom's, but like to go to mom's and observe, meaning like maybe just even in your memories, go to what it was like in mom's house, and how does that mirror the discord and dishonor that's showing up in your relationships now, and the competition and the disagreement and the irritation. Where was that in your home growing up? How was that handled? You know, and maybe there's something new to learn about the ways to handle that. Maybe you can't just dance it away, but there's some other way that it can be actually alchemized and moved to a higher way, and get that big payoff in the result from a new perspective of how and what that purpose, the purpose of that was in your life. Like I would generally say the purpose of having this difficulties were to alchemize them into a higher way and to learn something from them. So that may be a theme here present in this relationship that you're going through, that it's here for learning purpose, and that the payoff of learning that thing that you wanted to learn is big. Okay, and it looks like there's kindness and gentleness present in the relationship despite all of that stuff. So it's like fertile ground for some beautiful stuff, I think. Yeah. Admiration, courtesy, kindness, gentlemen. Okay. I hope that's helpful to you. Hope that's helpful to you in some way. See you next time.